All right, so today we're going deep on this brand, No Frontin', and their story is wild.
Yeah, really something.
They started making music in East Harlem, went to apparel, dealt with a crazy setback, and now they're back in a big way.
It's a comeback story for the books, you know? And when you think about it, the comeback really gets going when the founder, Gilt Beats, gets out of prison in 2019 after more than a decade. He doesn't just dip his toes back in, he just dives right back into music and rebuilding the whole brand.
That's intense. More than 10 years. So to understand the comeback, we got to rewind, right? Take us back to the start, before things went south. What was No Frontin' like in the beginning?
All right, well, picture this. East Harlem in the 90s, it's like this explosion of culture, but there are some serious struggles too, right? And in 97, you've got Gilt Beats, this music producer, totally rooted in the neighborhood, and he feels like something's missing.
What do you mean?
Like there's no brand that truly gets what's going on in the streets, the real raw experiences, and that's how No Frontin' is born.
So it all started with music. Huh, interesting. So was Gilt Beats trying to say something with that name, No Frontin'? What does it even mean for those of us who aren't, in the know?
Oh, totally. It was a statement for sure. No frontin' means keeping it 100. Being real, being you, no pretending, you dig. It's all about authenticity, being straight up. And that's what Gilt Beats wanted his brand to be all about.
No acting, just the real deal. I can get behind that.
Yeah.
So what kind of music were they making back then?
Their sound, man, energetic, totally urban. Think frontline mixtapes, meetings over, even crack music, titles that tell you exactly what they were going for.
The titles are something else. And the music wasn't just stuck in East Harlem, right? They were reaching more people.
Right, they started blowing up outside New York City. DJs like DJ Demo were spinning their tracks down in Miami, taking the No Frontin' vibe all over.
Okay, so they've got the authentic music, people are feeling it, their reach is growing. That's a solid start.
They took that raw energy, that street look from the music, and put it into clothing. Bold graphics, gritty designs, stuff people could wear to rep their own realness.
More than just a logo on a tee. It was about turning that No Frontin' idea into a style. Speaking of, their 6-line shirt is pretty iconic. What's the deal with that one?
Oh, the 6-line shirt, that's a perfect example of how No Frontin' reps their roots, The 6-line, that's the subway line right through East Harlem. It connects the whole community. The design is bold with this graffiti vibe to the font. Pure street energy. It's like a visual symbol of their tie to East Harlem.
So you've got the music, the clothes, that deep connection to where they're from. Sounds like they were building something special. But then there was that setback, right? Gilt Beats going to prison.
Yeah, over a decade in prison.
Man, over 10 years. Can't even imagine what that must have been like. For him, for the brand. Most brands wouldn't survive that,
Yeah, you'd think that, right?
Badly.
But No Frontin', it's different. It wasn't just like a business to Gilt Beats. It was him, his life, his community, everything. So instead of fading away, the brand kind of went quiet, almost like it was waiting for him.
That says a lot about how real the brand was, how connected it was to people. They weren't about to forget it. So Gilt Beats gets out, and he wants to bring it back. Bigger and better.
Exactly. He was driven, He didn't just want to bring back a brand. He wanted to bring back a part of himself that had been on hold. And that's where things get really interesting. He could have just picked up where he left off. But instead, he decided to change things up, but still keep that core No Frontin' vibe.
Smart move. Stick with what works, but don't be afraid to grow. So what kind of changes are we talking about?
Well, first off, more collaborations. No Frontin' started working with artists from outside New York, Jersey, Pennsylvania, all over.
Really? Like who?
Yeah. Guys like Yo Astro and Canon Cobain from Jersey, Kavona Victoria from Philly, Million Dollar Smile from Queens. All these different artists bringing something new to the table.
That's cool. Taking that No Frontin' energy and spreading it out, connecting with new people. Not just an East Harlem thing anymore.
Exactly. And then there's this whole gaming thing they're getting into, which is, a pretty big jump for a brand that started with streetwear and music.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Why gaming? What's the link? Are they just chasing trends, or is there something more to it?
Well, yeah, on the surface, it might seem like they're jumping on the bandwagon, but when you look closer, it makes sense. Gaming and streetwear, they go together a lot. Gamers want to express themselves, show their style, and No Frontin' gives them that. Plus, gaming is all about community, connecting with people who get you, which fits perfectly with what No Frontin' is about.
So it's a risk, but it's a risk that makes sense for them and the people they're reaching. I like that. Seems like it's more than just a brand, huh?
Yeah, way more. You hit it just looking at their website. Lifestyle brand, they call themselves. Got clothing, music,
Almost a little empire
even
they've
gaming.
built. Yeah, but speaking of building,
it's all over the place.
let's check out this clothing empire. Seriously, their NF lines are huge. Men's, women's, kids, hats, shoes, never ending.
Definitely going for that broad appeal. Maybe even family friendly, which is kind of funny with a name like No Frontin, right?
Uh-huh. Yeah, gotta admit, that's a bit of a contrast. All right, now to the music side. NF Records. And they've got this Guilt Beats thing going on. First thing I saw, buy 2, get 1 free, 24-hour sale. Savvy marketing.
Oh yeah, classic tactics. But what I noticed was their licensing options. They cater to small artists, NED big names, wanting exclusive rights. Smart move.
Hold on, for people not deep in the music world, could you break that down? Leasing versus buying a beat and what exclusive rights even means.
Sure, so think of it like renting an apartment versus owning a house. Leasing, you get to use the beat, but the producer still owns it, can lease it to others too. Buying, especially with exclusive rights, means you own it, nobody else can touch it.
Makes sense. And they even have this make an offer thing, so you can haggle on the price a bit. Seems like they're really trying to work with artists, not just sell beats.
And check out the pricing too, it's wild. Starts at like $25, pretty affordable, but goes way up for those exclusive rights. Reinforces that whole inclusive vibe we're seeing.
Okay, so the man behind Guilt Beats, Guilt Trip, bio says he's Puerto Rican, from NY, does trap, reggaeton, NJ Club, even some R&B. This guy gets around.
That's what's so cool. It reflects No Frontin as a whole, right? Not limiting themselves, breaking down those genre walls.
I'm looking at his production credits. Names like Kavona Victoria, Canon Cobain, Versatile, Yo Astro. Some of these could be huge soon.
Totally agree. You can feel the energy, like he's tapped into this up-and-coming scene. And they're all going to blow up together, maybe.
Now, on top of the music and clothes, there's NF Designs and Printing, an NF radio station, and a whole beat store. They're thinking big, man.
It's an ecosystem, right? Not just selling stuff, but creating platforms, their own little world. Back to that empire idea.
Wait, there's more? NF Gaming NFG, and this seems like a whole other rabbit hole, mentions Guilt Trip and Cloaks to players, teams. What is this?
Great question. Could be esports, which is exploding right now. Maybe another way to reach a younger audience. Got to keep digging on that one.
So much to unpack here. We've got the history to figure out this whole gaming thing. But first, let's dive deeper into how No Frontin is using Guilt Beats to empower artists.
All right, so let's break down No Frontin's music production arm, specifically Guilt Beats, and how they empower artists.
Yeah, lots to look at here. They've got this 24-hour sale banner with a 2F4R1 promo code. Feels like that classic limited time offer. Got to get you clicking right.
It's a good tactic for sure, but I think it's interesting how they pair it with that buy 2 beats, get 1 free deal. Almost like they want you to stock up, become a regular customer, build that loyalty early.
And speaking of building relationships, that make an offer thing really stands out. Like they're actually open to negotiation, willing to work with you, not just a set price.
Exactly. Not your usual online marketplace, take it or leave it kind of thing. This is good for independent artists, especially if they're just starting out, might not have a ton of money to throw around.
Their licensing system seems pretty accommodating too for artists at different levels. You got your basic leases, then all the way up to exclusive rights, something for everyone's budget and project.
They do a great job explaining all that in their FAQ, by the way. Really clear, easy to understand, even if you don't know all the legal stuff about music copyright.
Yeah, they make it simple, like when they use that analogy of renting an apartment to explain leasing a beat. Makes
Whatever
sense
your
even for...
takeaways, I think No Frontin is a great example of how a brand can be more than just products and profit. They're building a platform for creativity, community, for people to express themselves. Pretty cool.
It's a good reminder that business can be about more than just the bottom line, right? It can be about empowering people, connecting with each other, making a positive impact on the world.
And who knows, maybe No Frontin will inspire other brands to do the same, to build something unique, something meaningful, their own way of life.
Well, that wraps up our deep dive on No Frontin. We've learned a lot about their ambition, their creativity,